Hello, everyone. We're live, as far as I can tell. We're definitely recording. So, welcome to 2:00 Talks. It is always 2:00 somewhere.
That somewhere is definitely not here.
You want to know where it is at, though?
Where is it? 2:00.
It is 2:00 p.m. in Russia. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. It's very Russian.
Yeah, no clue on my part either.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's 2:00 in Russia, that's for sure. I don't really have anything else to pull up. I suppose I could pull up the title card, but...
Yeah, probably just title card.
Alright, we can do the title card. I'll have to make it. But that's okay.
God, it's gonna be nice when we have video editing software.
Yeah, well, it'll look a little less sloppy, but that's okay. You know.
Get to see part of the experience.
Anyway, we got a pretty fun show for you, I hope. We're talking about life after high school.
From a freshman's perspective.
College freshmen.
College freshman.
Yeah, so, high school is a crazy, crazy time. But, college is a lot more different. What are we on, episode 6?
Yes, we are.
All right, let's make it episode... Oh, geez. Please. Thank you.
There you go.
Yes, I got it. All right. If you get that going, Brendan, you want to start talking?
Sure. I think first we should cover, what exactly is different. Like, just start off with classes themselves. Like, what makes a college class different than a high school class?
Okay. Sure. That's not what I wanted to open.
I know right off the bat that there's almost no comparison. Like, the only similar thing that I've found is that you're learning something, or at least being told to learn something.
Sure.
But in pretty much every other aspect, as far as tests go, as far as homework, notes, studying, every single thing is different than what you experience in high school.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that.
Yeah, especially how you interact with professors. Because you'll get some that are like, pretty much like a high school teacher. You go up, you talk to them, it's nice. Yeah. Some that are
not so
just
nice.
Cutthroat. Like, don't speak to me outside of lecture unless you need to.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to pass my class, you're wrong.
Okay.
But then there's the option 3, where it's literally just like a guy who walked into the wrong room, and it turns out he's the professor.
Yeah. He just kind of shows up and he's just like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. I can talk for the next 50 minutes.
He's just like, hey, what's up? I'm Chad. I kind of know what I'm talking about. Let's get into this thermodynamic lecture. And then other ones, like, you may never address me as my first name, ever.
And then the other one's is like, if you would even call me Mr. once, I'm kicking you out of the class.
Yeah, I'm kicking you out of the class. Just call me Brian.
Yeah, call me Brian. I won't answer anything else. Which is like, it's different.
Different. At the same time, these people have like multiple PhDs.
Yeah.
Of very high levels in their field. And then you got a high school teacher who barely got a bachelor degree in teaching.
Yeah.
And it's like, you will address me Mr. as it is a title that I have earned.
I mean, to be fair, they did earn it.
They did. They did, but I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't kill them to just tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, like, it's, high school, like, definitely says that it's preparing you for college.
They do nothing.
They are so different. Like, high school is nothing like college. Like, the classes are different, the teachers are different, campus activities are different. I know, like, high schools aren't technically campuses, but, like activities within the school are
it's just a whole different experience.
Oh my gosh, it is. I don't even know where to begin with it, but yeah, the professors was a good place to start.
I'll go on to like homework.
Oh yeah, the homework. Usually I got by without getting any homework in high school. It's like usually you had enough time in class to do it, and then you come to college, it's just like, yeah, class time, working in class is like.
That's not a thing.
It's not. It's just like, look, I get you for the hour so I can teach you how to do things. Okay.
And you do all the little bits
on your own.
On your own.
Yeah. So I mean, it is a lot different, like, because I don't like doing homework on my own time, and I never did in high school. I was like, I'll find time to do it in school. Yeah. Then you like get to college, it's like it's all your own time. It's like you're only in class to learn, and then that's it. And then
even in class, it's still your time. You're paying for something
to be there.
And if you choose not to, which is completely your choice, you're going to regret it for the next week and a half.
Yeah, that's true. Like a lot of them is like, yeah, attendance counts towards your grade, and you're just like, bet. I'll tell you what counts towards my grade.
The moment someone says attendance is mandatory, your immune system is like, oh really?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Let's see what we can do to fix that problem.
Yeah, he just like gets out his pen, just like, all right, so I'm gonna schedule you for food poisoning here. You're gonna oversleep here.
Oh, don't forget to throw in a little bit of influenza when the season hits. Oh, beautiful seasonal.
And here, despite getting 10 hours of sleep, you're just gonna be too tired to even move.
No, we got him, boys.
Yeah, so like, seemingly everything works against you when it comes to attendance.
Yeah, because when you're not being forced to do something, your body's natural inclination is to not do that thing.
Yeah.
Like, you realize that you're losing money by not going.
Yeah.
But at the same time, unless it affects your grade, you couldn't really care.
Yeah, I remember the first day of my calculus class. I can't remember what the
Survey of Calc.
Yeah, Survey of Calculus. It is a different class. Calculus is much harder. Yeah, Survey of Calculus. I can't remember what the number was on the board. And then my professor was just like, anyone want to tell me what this number is? And then he's like, that's how many dollars per day you'll lose. And it wasn't an outrageous amount of money to lose. He's like, it was just like, it's 50 minutes. It's costing you this much. You might want to show up.
And then the note taking. In high school, taking notes is like writing down vocab words out of the book. And maybe the occasional sentence where the teacher was like, this is going to be on the test, be sure to write this down.
Yeah.
And then in college, it's like, well, we're going to go over 8 chapters in the next week and a half. I'm going to scream at you as fast as I possibly can. And then
there will be no slides to follow along. You have to active listen.
The test is going to be 35 questions of things that weren't quite on the slides or in the book. But if you listen close, take good notes, you'll get a B.
Yeah, if you listen close, take good notes, you could probably infer the correct answer.
No, I know the worst part about the test, I think, is some of the teachers on the multiple choice will have the 4 completely different answers.
Yes.
But then other teachers will have like A is almost B, B is almost C, D is A and B, E is B and C, and then F is none of the above.
Yeah. It's just like, so like multiple choice.
There you go.
Thank you. Multiple choice is like, it's supposed to like, I guess like, it is supposed to trick you a little bit.
But it shouldn't be so counterintuitive. It's like, I think I know the answer. If it was a fill in the blank and I were to go and write something in, what I wrote down, I'd be confident in.
Right.
Because it is the answer that came to my mind.
Right.
But when you give me 3 options that are super close, 2 options where it's both of them, and 1 option where it's another one, I'm just going to second guess myself on every single question.
Also, the multiple choice questions, it's choose the one that best applies. So they're all technically correct, but you just need to choose the one. That one makes me so mad. I'm just like, well, how do I know which one's the most relevant?
Which isn't necessarily evil.
Yeah.
I just wish that throughout high school, they would have geared it more towards that style of test taking. So I didn't sit down for my first test and go, oh God.
It's just like, well, this one's right. And it's just like, and this one's also right. They're all a right answer. What's going on?
Yeah, there's no crossing out the stupid one.
Yeah, there's no narrowing it down. It's just you circle one and then you spend the rest of the test praying.
Just a mess.
So that's professors and that's tests.
And the notes we
kind of touched on. We can go into notes a little bit more. There's a lot
to notes. So like you got to find the happy medium where you're not writing down every single word that they're saying.
Yeah, because they go too fast.
You'll get behind.
Yeah.
But then you also can't do too minuscule of an amount.
Yeah. Because
then you'll miss the important stuff.
Right.
And so, like the only way to truly balance it out is to take light notes in the book and light notes in the lecture and then combine them.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have nice coverage and you won't wear yourself out trying to keep up.
I can agree with that. Just write what seems the most important. Like, I mean, you graduated high school, you kind of get a little bit of an intuition at this point. Hopefully, I would hope that if you're attending a college that you have enough of an intuition. Like, if it's on like the slides and then they mention it in class and you think that it like is kind of important, write it down.
Yeah, otherwise you'll definitely regret it later when you're sitting there trying to figure out which of the 4 correct answers is the most correct answer.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. That's like the one that makes me the most upset about multiple choice. Like, I can understand having like the completely different drastic answers, and I can understand having just like this basically the same answer, just one of them says not in the sentence. I just am not a fan of
what's the most right.
Yeah, what's the most right, because our opinions on it might be different. It's like I might think this is the most right when in reality the other one is, and then I feel like I'm getting gypped.
Yeah, that was like my Comp 1 class. We had a quiz where a lot of the questions were, what's your opinion on this? And then people would get it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you asked my opinion,
right.
Not your opinion. How was I supposed to know that I wasn't thinking the right opinion?
Welcome to college. It's like, by the way, your professor knows all, even your own opinions.
Yeah.
They didn't go to school for 10 plus years to not know what you're thinking.
But then at the same time, the professor walk in and be like, you know what? I didn't sleep well last night. I forgot my coffee.
No one slept well last night.
You all get 30 points for the day. I'm going back home. Bye.
Oh, man. I love those professors. Like, you'll hear stories about professors. And, like, those are the best professors. Because, like, I heard a story about the creative writing teacher who just sent out an email one day. He's like, yeah, my cat's sick. Class is canceled. And then sometimes you get like really young professors. Like at some points they'll just be like, oh man, is that a student? And then he's just like, no, I'm a professional. I've been in this industry for like 8 years. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then, he'll just like, he'll walk into class and he's like visibly hungover. And he's just like, you know what? We're just going to kind of have a chill class today.
I won't mention which professor, but I did have a professor cancel class because he was hungover.
Did he claim that he was sick, or was he just like, I'm hungover, class is canceled?
Well, the week before, he was like, okay, next Friday, I've got something going on Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
And we may or may not have class the next day. And so we could use a little bit of thinking.
Yeah, you can infer. It's like no one schedules to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
he called it off, and the next time we saw him, we teased him a little bit, but it was just funny to think that a professor is just like, yeah, I'm going out drinking with the bros on Thursday, and I know we got class at 9 a.m. on Friday. So
we'll just see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I also love the professors that have to commute to college.
Yeah,
especially in South Dakota. I mean, undisclosed location.
How dare you?
Because like the weather gets so bad, and
it's not that it gets so bad; it gets so bad so fast.
Yeah, it gets bad.
Like what's
fast.
Currently going on Tuesday, it was short and t-shirt weather.
It was.
Today. Right now, across South
It was
undisclosed state.
Yeah, it was 60 degrees yesterday, and now it's 25.
And blizzarding across half the state.
All the state. All
the state.
All 66 counties in this state is getting hit by this storm.
Wonderful. Multiple schools are closing, both high schools and colleges. We haven't.
Don't let them know that. They're going to narrow it down.
All right, we've narrowed it down to every college on the southern border. You mean the one college on the southern border?
Yeah, because I have a professor. He lives in a state adjacent to ours. And he told us day one, he's like, yeah, we're kind of in the winter months of the semester, so we're going to probably get class canceled a couple of times because I'm an absolute baby when it comes to the snow and the roads. And we're just like, nice. And he's a professor who's like, call me Tim. I won't answer anything else.
Please.
He never introduced us as his last name. He's like, I'm Tim. He never told us his last name. The only way you know his last name is if you look up the class.
There's just so much.
It's
just a completely different experience.
It is.
There's no comparison.
Yeah. They say college follows high school.
No. It follows in the instance that you must do one before the other.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it kind of gets it in a schedule, but the schedule is so different.
Yeah.
It's days you'll just get back to back to back classes, and then the day after that you get a 4-hour gap between your classes.
And it's at that point you're like, I could sit here and do homework, or I could go back and take a 4-hour nap to go to my next class.
And usually it's that nap that wins. I mean, because, why wouldn't it? Naps are good, and you need that extra energy for your next class.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so, what do you miss most about
high school?
About high school, about living back at home? About just what was going on before this? What do you miss most?
Oh, jeez. I kind of liked the scheduling of it because it was a completely different thing. It was a lot more structured. And my day was a lot more planned out. It was just school, homework, bed.
Yeah.
Or school, extracurriculars, homework, bed.
8:30, 3:30, that was school time. 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, that was anything after school. 6 o'clock plus, that's
homework, and then sleep, and then you wake up the next morning. And then you get to college, and then every day is different. It's just Monday you wake up at 8, you have class at 9, and then you get 4 hours, then you have another class, and then it's just the scheduling is so different. And I kind of like it because you get a lot more free time, and it's not as demanding, but the structure of it kind of makes it a little harder, I guess.
I see what you mean.
To say.
I know. I really miss big showers. The shower heads here are at my collarbone. Yeah,
the showers here are so small. It's you don't have room. You can't even get your elbows out on either side without hitting both walls.
Mm-hmm.
It's so skinny. I miss showering at home.
I miss showering without shoes on.
I mean, yeah, you have to wear shoes because
you don't know what's on that floor.
You don't know what's on that floor. It's probably fungus.
Sure, it gets cleaned daily.
Yeah, but
it also gets used daily.
Yeah, by the many people living on your floor.
Many disgusting people living on your floor.
It's it's just sometimes you're just you just completely forget about it. You're just yeah, it's fine. I'll just have to scrub my feet again. But it's just it just feels inherently wrong when you do, and then you finally get home and you I think you got a text.
Yeah. Thought I had that turned off.
Yeah, it's okay. It just feels inherently wrong when you're not wearing shoes here, and then you get home and you're just you don't have to wear shoes all the time.
At first it feels wrong, but then it feels so...
It's just so
nice.
It's freeing. Let's talk about visiting back home from college. You just we've been here. It's man, I miss home. I'm gonna go visit for a weekend, and then you get there on Friday night, and 3 hours passes, and you just go I should have stayed at college.
Yeah. There's nothing here. Why did I come back? Just like get yelled at a little bit and then get 1,000 questions.
It's like, oh, what have you been doing at college? It's like, oh, you know, class, kind of just hanging out, doing my own thing. He's like, oh, like what? It's like, I literally don't do anything else but...
I lay in my bed, I sleep, I try to do my homework, I cry because I can't do my homework, I go back to bed and I go to class.
It's like, I go to class, I come back to my dorm, and that's it.
Yeah.
I eat sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not involved in any extracurriculars? It's like, you know, there's so much to do on campus, but yet it's so hard to get involved.
Yeah. Like, you could easily go to something if you don't have class or SI or a job or anything else.
And the thing is, it's just like anything that you seem interested in will not work in your schedule.
Nope.
You'll either have like some type of meeting that you have to go to, you'll have a class, or you'll have a lab of some kind, or it's just like, you know, it's way too early in the morning to go to it,
or it's too late in the evening,
or
it doesn't make sense that you should go to that because you tell yourself you're going to go to bed at a decent time,
and then you end up staying up at 3 a.m. and you're just like, I should have just went to the thing.
Yeah.
Or you have like homework that you put off until the last minute,
so you've got 34 assignments to do.
Or you're out of town that day.
It never works out.
It never works out. And then when it like finally does line up in your schedule,
you just don't feel like going.
You just don't feel like going, or you just completely like forget about it.
Yeah, either you forget about it or you finally have the free time.
Yeah, because like
you just don't
just
want
like,
to.
I would rather just sit down and not do anything for an hour and a half than go put forth more energy towards something. And like that's like a big thing at college that I never expected. It's like, you know, college life is gonna be like go, 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 and it's gonna be staying busy, and then it's just like it is absolutely that, and you're just like, I would literally bite off my own finger just to have an hour and a half just where I can sit in a dark room and do absolutely nothing.
Without having the boulder about to fall on your head all the homework you're supposed to be doing.
It's because like I spend 90% of my time just doing absolutely nothing, and it like is the worst because I'm just like, I have stuff that I should be doing right now. But then like when you finally get that rare occasion, it's just like, I don't got anything going on, I'm absolutely free, and then you're celebrating. People are like, what are you gonna do with your free time? You're just like, I'm gonna do absolutely nothing. I'm gonna probably put on some type of Netflix show, and I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just gonna let it go on in the background.
Yeah, no. That was definitely something back in high school that was great. Because when you had free time, it was free time.
Yeah.
Like, you could do whatever you wanted. That would pretty much no consequence.
That would definitely be the thing that I say I miss most about high school.
Being able to spend a whole evening lying in bed doing nothing and wake up the next day and be able to go, I didn't have any homework I was supposed to be doing. Like, of course, some days you still had homework you should have been doing. But it's not like a consistent day-to-day thing. You're like, I should have done this, or I could have been doing that.
Yeah, and then like, it happens so much. You're just like, man, I just want to go do things. And then you get to college and you're always doing things. And you're just like, man, I really don't want to be doing things right now.
What else do we miss? Constantly having food available.
Yeah.
Free food at that.
I hate having to kind of like wait certain hours to go eat a meal, because like, most cafeterias in college campuses, they have serving hours, which obviously you kind of have
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but it's just like, you get done with your class at like 1 o'clock, and then you just like, you finally get to eat lunch, and then you have to sit around for the next 5 hours, and then you're just like, is it 5 o'clock yet? I want to go eat again because I don't have anything in my room except for ramen.
Yeah.
But I have no bowls clean to eat out of.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the struggle because, and then there's days where you're sitting around after class and you're like, oh, it's closed now. You can't go have lunch.
Yeah.
So then you have to wait until supper rolls around because you don't have any money or food in your room.
Yeah, that's like another big thing is like money. Most of my money has gone towards food.
Oh, yeah, well, easily. The biggest thing is...
Which is like, I guess, it's college. You're basically an adult. It's like you need to learn how to like actually provide for yourself. But you're just like, I miss being able to like open a cupboard and see food.
Yeah.
And like I'm tired of just like looking back at my like small little wire rack shelf that's completely barren, save for like a couple of sauce packets.
Hey, what's in your fridge? Oh, I got condiments.
It's like, honestly, I opened up my okay, so one time I was actually coming over to hang out. I think it was either I was gonna hang out with you or Sawyer, and then he was like, bring food, and I was just like, you know what I have in my fridge? I have mustard and sauce packets and a block of cheese.
It's crazy. Just think about how easy it was to go through like the entirety of going up into college, and then they're like, okay, bye, and you're like, bye, I'm gonna have so much fun. And you turn around and you run directly into a wall. You're like, oh, that hurt, probably shouldn't do that again. And so you run into the wall.
Yeah, but like you're always hungry because you're always moving, so you like need the energy. So like I think that's why I'm running out of food so fast. That's the main reason why we go home too. Is just like, I just want a home cooked meal, and I want to be sent back with like leftovers.
I'd say the thing I like most about visiting home is sleeping in a bed that I don't hang off of.
Yeah, I have a twin bed at home, so I can't really relate. Oh. I also can't relate now because I've been sleeping on a futon the past 5 days.
Well, even my futon that I have in my room, it's too short. I still hang off the edges. Like, I need to be able to lay diagonally in a bed so my feet don't hang off. Yeah. And it's the most annoying thing because even if my head's against the back.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you're pretty tall. You're super tall, so it makes sense. Mm-hmm. My feet hang off my bed too sometimes. Yeah. Like, the bed is like, it's either just barely enough to fit me if I like angle it just right, or my feet just dangle over, and it's like so hard to get comfortable with that.
Yeah, imagine being just another 8 inches taller.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not saying that you definitely have it worse, because you do, but I'm just saying that like I relate to an extent.
I get you.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. And then, I'd say it's nice having a room to yourself when you go back to visit.
Yeah,
no? Kind of.
It is, but at the same time, it's not my room. Like, you get to go back to your room. Yeah. I don't have a room in my house anymore.
Oh, yeah, I guess, they kind of are just like, hey, one of them's out of the house. Someone move in. Yeah. We're tired of doubling up.
We're splitting you two up. Stop fighting. You go to his room now.
Yeah, I can't really relate because I had to share a room growing up. So, like, I try to plan whenever I go back as weekends that he doesn't go back. Mm-hmm. And then it's just nice to actually kind of have a room to yourself because, like, you really have to luck out with a roommate at college. Yeah. Like, if it's someone you pick, make sure you really, really know them well and, like, know how they live. Because, like, how people live and then how people are when you hang out with them in high school are very different.
Oh, 100%. But sometimes you can get lucky and your roommate's super chill. Yeah. But I feel like those occasions are rare when you're picking one of your high school friends. Yeah. Like, you have a better chance of having a really chill, cool roommate if you have no idea who the person is going on.
Yeah, but then, like, also, like, when you, like, pick a random roommate like that, you run the risk that it's, like, you never talk to them. Yeah. And I feel like it's just, like, it's almost weird. It's, like, you don't want to go back because, like, you don't interact, but then you have to occupy the same space. Mm-hmm. So it's, like, there's just that kind of awkwardness that you want to, like, avoid. So I feel like if you're going to pick a roommate, pick someone that you can converse with. But I wouldn't say, like, pick a best friend from high school.
You don't want a best friend. You want a good roommate.
Don't think of it as like, I'll be living with my friend. It'll be great. It will not. You will grow to hate them. Mm-hmm. You will. Because just like your living styles will be different, or they'll just do one thing when they sleep or whatever, and it's just gonna keep bugging you. Pick someone who's a good roommate. Like, if it's You could pick someone from your high school. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, if it's an acquaintance, like, I'd say do an acquaintance that is agreeable and you think will be a good roommate.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot we could talk about. Just like
roommates.
College tips. We cover roommates, cover food.
Okay, okay. Since we're on roommates right now, I'm just going to keep going with it.
Okay.
Pick a roommate who is clean, number one. Because here's the thing. Dorms are small.
So small.
You are given basically the size of a standard one-person bedroom. It's about roughly the same amount. It's a little bit
I'm pretty sure
bigger.
my room is 12 feet by 13 feet.
Oh, shoot. That's not even close then. Okay. If the dorms are 12 by 13, then it's a little less than double then. Because I think a standard bedroom is an 8 by 8. At least that's what my bedroom is back home.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll look it up.
Okay, while we look up the size of the dorms, because I know my bedroom for sure is an 8 by 8. But as we look up the dorms dimensions, that's 2 people in there. That's a really small space to be living in. So if you pick a roommate that like doesn't pick up after themselves, you run out of room so fast.
Yeah, because I'm not necessarily super messy, but my stuff does occupy space.
And like that's the thing.
Like,
it's like you don't necessarily try to be because like sometimes it's like, you know, you'll just set something down and you're just like, yeah, I mean, like that's the place that sets it down. It's like there's really no other place you can put it. But like I'm talking about things that you can like pick up and like put away and get rid of, because there's a difference. It's like, you know, if you just like leave a notebook lying around, that's whatever, really. But like if you're leaving like things that need to be thrown away or things that can be like hung up or put away, do that.
Or at least keep it on your part of the room or on your stuff. Like, if you have a futon or a bed, keep it on your bed or your desk.
Right.
Don't put it on your roommate's side or your roommate's stuff.
True. Absolutely.
Okay, so I've got your room is a 10 feet 7 inches by 15 feet 4 inches, but that's not that's not including the closet and desk or the beds. So the actual livable space, not much.
Yeah, I would say it definitely doesn't feel like that. Hang on, give me a second to think about it. Wait, what's that? Oh, Burgess is Norton?
Yeah, this is mine.
Oh, I see.
So my dorms are 12 feet by 13 feet.
Yeah. I kind of like the ways yours works because your closets are actually like built like flush with the wall.
Yeah.
Ours protrude from it. You see, kind of?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So like, it's I think it's probably a little bit bigger than a 8 by 8, but like when you take into account the desks, the closets, and the beds,
it is just no space.
It is so small. Where is that?
Oh, this is McFadden.
Oh, that's an apartment style. Okay.
Yep.
We're looking at floor plans for various dormitories.
We should have looked this up on your computer.
We should have. That would have been a lot smarter.
Then people would have known what we were saying.
Yeah, okay. Whoops. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, you run out of space so fast. So, like, especially when you're coming to pack from college, pack light. Yeah. That is what I can absolutely say.
Or if you're like, you know, if you're like me and you can't leave anything at home, throw as much of your stuff away as you can.
Yeah. Because, like, the less you pack... Okay, I'm sorry. You go.
Yeah. If you have something you don't use, clothes you don't wear, objects you're not going to hang on the wall, things you're not going to put on your desk, stuff you're not going to put on the floor, throw it away. Donate it. Give it to a sibling. Give it to a friend. Don't bring it with you. You do not have a spot to store it. You cannot fit it all in your closet. You cannot stuff it all under your bed. There is nothing you can do with all of your stuff.
Yeah. And if you're like someone who's like, you can leave most of your stuff at home, pack literally just the bare essentials when you're moving in. Like you can keep bringing stuff in as you go, but pack as little as possible. Pack your hygienical stuff, your clothes,
seasonal clothes at that, because
absolutely.
Bring your fall clothes. It gets cold out. Bring those back. Bring your winter clothes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're someone who can leave your stuff at home, leave as much home as possible. because number one, you don't have room for it. Number two, it's gonna make moving out a lot easier. Because like I have so many things just sitting on my shelf, just kind of that was decoration, and like I brought quite a few books. It's just like now like I'm looking at now that we're nearing the end of the year. I'm looking at like all this stuff. And I'm just like, how am I gonna get this all home?
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta probably like make one trip back home before school ends, just to like
lug stuff out.
Yeah, to unpack things. And then like bring boxes back too, just so I can like get everything like back home. But so
we sort of got off topic.
That's it. Well, I mean, like we'll just make this like life after high school and like college tips. We can go a little bit longer than what we originally planned.
So should we keep going with just random things to complain about the dorms rooms, or should we?
Can we just keep complaining for
just
the rest of the episode?
What don't we like about college? We already covered the meals, how much the dorms.
Okay, it's not that the meals are bad. There's just like, because I mean it's great food.
Oh, the food's delicious.
It's just the scheduling of it, which you can't really control.
Yeah, no.
And then it's just the same thing every day. It's
but
so
at least,
repetitive. Like there's a couple of things that change,
and
which
there's
is
like
great.
options at each night. Like there's
there's
the eat well section.
Yeah.
There's the vegan section. There's the pizza section. The sandwich. The salad bar. The
That's
burgers.
True. I like that there's a lot of options, but it's always the same every day. Like there's 2-3 things that change, but then like it just kind of gets repetitive, and you're just like, man, I'm eating a burger for 6 days in a row.
I'm on a goal to try every combination of sandwich from the sandwich area.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even close to being finished with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard.
I've got a few more years to try.
That's very true. Like okay, like I've actually like tried to wake up early just to eat breakfast.
Oh, the breakfast is so good
because it's just something new. Like it's just like, man, because the lunchtime and the dinner time serves essentially the same food. Both times. Breakfast is different. I was like,
you get your omelets by Larry.
Oh, dude, omelets.
And get the scrambled eggs,
omelets
bacon,
by
sausage.
Larry give me life. Not even kidding you.
The French toast is surprisingly yummy.
Yes, it is. I had the French toast once, and I was really excited about it.
I once made a breakfast sandwich out of French toast. I went to Larry and had him fry me up some eggs instead of make them into an omelet.
Oh, yeah.
So I had 2 fried eggs, a piece of sausage, cheese, bacon, in with 2 pieces of French toast.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. If you go to a college that has, omelets by Larry... Go to it just about every day. Let me tell you what, that is the best possible way you can start your day. Number one, he's so cheerful and a great person just to like kind of talk to and get your day started.
The epitome of a morning person.
True. Number two, his omelets are delicious.
So good.
And huge. Like sometimes I just go in there and I get an omelet and I'm just like, I can't really get anything else. This omelet will fill me up.
Oh,
and I probably won't need to eat lunch. They are so big and they're so filling and they're so yummy.
We could throw omelets by Larry into the category of things we do like.
Yeah, we were kind of complaining, but it's like, you gotta find the good thing. Omelets by Larry and the breakfast in general is one of the best things about the food here.
Mm-hmm. What are some other good things? What else do you like
about the food?
Oh no, just this place in general.
I like the campus. The campus is really nice.
Yeah, it's very pretty. You got a very nice selection of new, old, and in between buildings.
Yeah. It's like you can tell too, because like when you get to the old buildings, like you can just tell from the architecture. It's just like, wow, this is so gorgeous. It's beautiful. And then you kind of get the in-between, and it's just like brick box.
Okay, guys, you know how these really big, stylish buildings that cost us a pretty good chunk of money to make?
Yeah. Not enough rooms. Tear them down.
What if we just broke those, swept them away, and put in boxes? Big brick boxes.
B. And then you kind of get more modern. It's just like, hey, how about things look aesthetically pleasing? so people might want to show up.
Big jagged shapes, lots of glass. I love it.
That's the epitome of modern architecture.
I'm waiting for one of those giant windows to just shatter one of these days.
There's got to be a hailstorm, and it's just going to be too much.
That's the thing. It's got to hit it at just the perfect angle.
Yeah,
and it's unlikely.
It's really nice glass, but it's bound to happen because there's so much glass.
We can hope. Like, it's terrible to want that, but I can honestly say
it's so much glass. It's got to happen at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
the campus is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I know we complained a lot about the classes.
The classes are actually like fun. If you luck out, you'll get a professor who actually like cares about teaching. And when they care about teaching, they make class fun.
Yeah. Like it's captivating. You'll sit through a lecture and you'll actually want to be there.
Yeah, it's like when you come to college, it's like everyone wants to be here one way or another. Like, you might not want to go to a certain class, but it's like everyone is paying to come to college and paying for classes. So like you don't get the troublemakers that you get like in high school. Because like, in high school it's like you're required to go. So there are people that are just like, I just don't want to be here. I don't care about anything. So it's like, it's like, so they kind of just like cause a little bit of mischief. You don't get that in college.
Oh, no, not at all.
And it's like, even if you did, like the professor would just be like, get out of my class right now.
Yeah.
Just like no hesitation. This is because like, it's like you're paying to be here. They're getting like, it's their time. And if you're going to take away from that, they're just going to straight up kick you out of class. No remorse. Because, everyone's there that wants to be there. So like if you're causing that mischief, it's like you're going to be leaving one way or another.
Exactly. See, classes can be quite lovely.
There's like, and like it doesn't matter what class it is. There will be at least 2 or 3 times where class is just going to be the best thing about your day.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And each class is going to have like a really, really fun day. Like no matter what. Even like the big lecture classes, there'll just be the one topic just like that the professor just kind of like likes to poke fun at. So just going to class that day is just going to be really fun, and it's going to be really like easygoing and chillax, and it's just going to be like, so classes are fun. Each class is going to be fun.
Except for when it's not.
Except for when it's not. Because there's going to be days it's like you're in a bad mood, the professor's in a bad mood, the subject matter's hard, and it's going to suck. But like, you just got to get through, 3 or 4 of those classes, and then when you get to the class that's really, really fun and like everyone's having a good time, it's 100% worth it.
Yeah, I gotta say the social aspect of it is very freeing.
It is very different.
Having no limits as to what you can just go out and do. Like, if you want to leave, out the door you go. There's no one saying, you gotta do this or you gotta do that.
Yeah.
Which is a pain because, you got papers to write, you got assignments to do, you got studying to do. Or, as in my case, you could go over to your fraternity and play board games.
Yeah, you can just kind of hang out and go like,
what's up?
Yeah, usually you kind of have to schedule around or wait till the weekend just to like, hang out with people or like spend the night at their place. But here it's just like, hey, can I come over? It's like, yeah, door's unlocked. Mm-hmm. And then you just get over here and then like you're just hanging out, and then eventually he's just like, oh, it's 2 a.m. You should probably go home. It's just like, yeah, I probably should. And he's like, nah, futon's here. Your backpack's already over here. Might as well just crash here.
Here's a sweatshirt.
Yeah, here's a sweatshirt.
And a pair of shorts. Have fun.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, it is absolutely crazy. Just like you're scheduling alone in classes and just, it's so different.
Yeah.
And yet, so I know we probably said that like 60 times already this podcast.
Go back through and make an edit where it's just saying every time you say different.
Where it's the same, but it's different. And then it's just, where are we at now? 44 minutes? Yeah, we're at 44 minutes. It's just
20 minutes of different.
Because it is, okay? I don't know if I said that, but it is.
But yeah,
It's so great though.
Yeah, to sum it up, you're gonna love it, you're gonna hate it, you're gonna love that you hate it, you're gonna hate that you love it, you're gonna want to quit, but at the same time, you're never really gonna want to leave.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to leave, but it's like you also like don't know if it's worth it in the end. And it's not like leaving is a bad thing either.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
You got to find what you want to do.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like even if you don't come to college at all, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big deal. It's like what you want to do with your life is your business. The most important thing you should do is like have some kind of an experience after high school.
Oh yeah, just find something that you like to do or want to do and do it.
Absolutely.
Like
there's so many different options. Like people just like, oh, you got to go to college to get a good job.
No, you don't.
No. Tech school, number one. You know how high demand tech jobs are right now?
Incredibly.
Yeah. Like the welding program in this state, specifically our hometown.
Yeah.
Like I know kids who just got into the program, they're already getting like, picked up at jobs like as they're working through the program.
Yeah.
$30 an hour, full benefits, time and a half overtime, and like they only work 4 days a week.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Insane how much like it's like, yeah, college graduates like are said to make like, I don't know, somewhere over, it's like $100,000 more on average. No, it's probably higher than that.
I think you're overstepping yourself, bud.
A college graduate earning like a college degree, like people who have a college degree over their lifetime will earn a certain amount of money more.
I thought you meant yearly more.
Oh, no.
There's no way that every college graduate's making $100,000 a year more.
Oh, no. Have you looked at the education?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I was like, dude, I don't know what ballpark you're playing the game.
No, over their lifetime. But like when you think of lifetime, that's lowballing it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's $1 million.
Honestly, in that aspect, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway, it's some number that you'll make more in your lifetime. It's just like, but you have to get there. And number one, it's like kind of more spread out. Whereas like right away, they start at these high paying jobs. So like right away in the first 6 months, they'll have like probably the car that they'll be driving. It's like a pretty nice car.
Yeah.
Like, like the Mustangs and like the fancy Jeeps and the other cars, like they'll probably get that like pretty early on because they're earning a lot of money. And like here, you're broke college kid, you can barely afford your next meal, and they're like, getting paid as they go, so they get all these cool stuff.
So this definitely isn't the only option.
Yeah.
In fact, you don't even have to go to school. You just have to find something in life
that
makes you happy.
Yeah, like tech school is one of the options. Just going right into the workforce is another great thing. There's many jobs, like a lot of
there's tons of options, but
I'm gonna say public domain, but public worker, I would say. I think would be the closest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is that's a topic that we can cover.
We can cover
focusing on just
college from right after high school. So like college freshman,
your first year after high school.
Yeah, and when you go to college.
Yes.
Because that's the only viewpoint that we both have right now.
That's what we're trying to get across.
Yeah, like and there's gonna be probably once a week where you tell yourself, "It's like I'm just gonna drop out, whatever. I'll work for the rest of my life."
It'll be either because you check a grade and you failed something, did bad on a test, or you stubbed your toe.
Yeah, honestly, or it'll just be like
I'm leaving,
or you'll just be like 10 minutes late to class, and you'll just be like, you know what? It'd just be better to drop out now than walk in 10 minutes late.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm not going. I'm just gonna go straight into my advisor's office, and I'm gonna just tell him I'm dropping out. Sorry, college just isn't for me. And then like an hour and a half later, you just completely forgot about the thought, and you're just like, I wonder what I'm gonna do tonight. What do I got going on tomorrow? What classes do I have? Do I have homework in those classes?
Oh, yeah, I do. Am I going to do it?
Whatever. I don't think he's going to collect it anyways.
Oh, well, do you have anything else you wanted to cover as far as what you like, don't like, something that is inherently different than in high school that we didn't hit?
People are a lot different, I'd say. Okay, I'm not saying that cliques don't exist in college, but I think in high school it's a little bit more noticeable.
Yeah. Well, people will always flock to people who are similar to them.
Yeah. Like cliques inherently aren't a bad thing, because it's nice to have a group of people where you all have something in common. But then people call it a clique, and then they say cliques are bad. Not necessarily.
No. I'd say here, it's more diverse. People are more individualized.
Yeah, people are a lot more individualized. Like, you find, like, the smallest little thing to find in common with someone just to have a connection. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're thinking, like, long-term, it's just, like, college is about networking, because networking's going to get you a better job than your degree will. Or if it's just in the aspect of it's just, like, I've locked myself in my dorm the last 3 days. I need any kind of human contact right now.
I just need to talk to somebody. I need to get out of this book.
It's just like, I need fresh air, and I need to talk to someone outside of a screen.
Just, please.
Oh, we have a message. Hang on. Please excuse this absolute silence as we both read the message at the same time.
We'll read it out loud. The message says... Wait, better make sure it's all good. Just rejected this hecka nice girl. I feel so bad right now. Like, darn, she is just a nice person. She had a really depressing life, and I feel really bad for rejecting her. Hey, look. There's no...
Okay, here's the thing.
Reason that you have to feel bad.
Yeah, I really feel
when you go about life... and trying to find matches, if you say yes to everyone who decides they kind of are interested in you, or if everyone who you're kind of interested in would say yes to you, there'd be a lot more heartbreak going on. Yeah. Like, the whole goal is to find someone who is compatible with you, and compatibility is a two-way street.
Hang on, I'm going to ask a question real quick. Who is that from? I don't know how to pronounce that. You know who you are. Yan or G. Did you, obviously if you rejected her, you didn't like her, correct? Stream is on a 30-second delay, so we might take a while for an answer. Yeah. Because, okay, I'm just going to assume, obviously, that if you rejected her, you didn't like her. That's not a bad thing. If you don't like her, don't be with her, first of all. Mm-hmm. It's like simple as that. Because if you do say yes, this is like, it's like, oh, I don't like her, but, I'm dating her. Why? Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, don't, because this is going to lead to more problems, number one, right away, and it's going to lead to worse problems in the future. Number three, if you are in a relationship, it's like, what if you meet someone that you actually do like, and there's like, oh, relationship, no thanks, and then they're gonna go and get in a relationship with someone else when you might be the right person for them. I feel like there's some other fourth point that I could be making.
Well, just think, if they are a genuinely nice person and they genuinely care about, just explain to them that you like them as a person and you think they're super nice, but they're just not exactly what you want in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you can keep them in your life, you can be best friends. I know people always say after you try to ask them now it doesn't work, you can't be friends. That is a blatant lie.
It really is.
If you just talk things out in a mature way, it will not affect your relationship. Like, sure, there's gonna be like one or two days that are a little shaky.
I'm really glad you said that. We'll get into this point in a second about just the difference of people being more mature at college than in high school. We'll get to that in a second. We'll keep on this for a little bit.
Yeah, no. But you shouldn't feel bad for rejecting her. Rejection is a part of life.
It really is. Like, you're not always going to get a yes when it comes to relationships. And, like, the quicker you understand that, the easier. It's just like, you ask someone out, they say no, and you're just like, darn, maybe next time. Like, obviously, it's like, don't push it every day, but it's just like, things do change, and like maybe it'll be different down the line, and you can like actually end up dating them later. Or it's just like, they said no. Just, there'll be a next one.
Yeah, because if you had said yes, but that's not what you wanted.
Tried to explain, but I guess the explanation came out really cold. I wanted to make it clear that I'm not interested in her.
Okay. Well, it is good that you made it clear. Because if you leave gray area, that's something they can grab at.
Yeah.
If they feel like...
It's called the hook.
Yes.
Getting put on a hook. If you're like... It's like you're stringing someone along. It's like they think they have a shot. It's like they're on your hook. And then like the sooner you can get them off the hook, the better.
Yeah, so it's a good thing you made it very clear you're not interested. But, if you feel like it came out really cold or it didn't quite come out the way you wanted to, explain that. Just be like, hey, I'm sorry, that's not how I want it to come out. You're an amazing person. You're really nice, and I want to keep you as a friend.
Right.
You're just not what I'm looking for in a relationship. And I hope that
you find someone who does want that in a relationship.
Because if you had said yes and you'd strung this person along, faking those feelings would be worse off for that person than the rejection they're feeling right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm 100% with you on that.
Because you can't sugarcoat everything. Some things need to be, hey, no, that's not not what's going about. That's not what we're going to have. But that doesn't mean we can't have.
So, like, I mean, it's going to be a little bit of time before we can tell what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
How much do we lose? Do you know? I mean, we're still alive, and we're trying to figure this out as we do it, which probably wouldn't be a good thing.
Okay, no, we're good.
Okay, so if you're curious as to what happened,
sorry about that. Our microphone cut out. We had to fix that.
Yeah, we tried to like figure it out as we could. I don't know how much you lost, but hopefully it didn't cut out on like the actual recording of it, because it will be up on YouTube. If it cuts out audio wise on YouTube, I mean, we're just gonna have to deal with that.
I mean, it wasn't more than half a minute.
Yeah, we fix it as fast as we can, but like we can't tell when our audio cuts out. We find out as soon as you do.
But energy did what we said.
Basically, the spark notes of it is like it's better to reject someone.
I'm glad we were able to help you more than WikiHow.
Yeah, like just the spark notes to recap super fast. Don't fake the feelings for someone, because that's just going to lead to more problems for both you and them.
It's good to be clear.
Yeah, it's good to like set it right away. It's like no, it's like I shouldn't cover my mouth when I talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be clear. Like in a rejection, it's like
be straightforward.
It's okay
crystal
to be
clear.
It's okay to be rejected. It's not okay to have someone think that you like them when you really don't. Mm-hmm. It's better to have someone either not in your life or as a friend than to
ruin the relationship.
Yeah, to ruin the relationship completely just later on. Because like, if you don't have feelings for someone and then you get into a relationship, those feelings aren't going to develop.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm not saying that it's like, if you keep them as a friend, those feelings might develop because you're not like trying to develop feelings. But if you get into a relationship without having feelings for that person, you will not develop feelings for that person. You with me on that? Kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, well, thank you for talking to us about this.
Yeah.
If you ever want to come back and...
You know what? We can just, we should do that sometime. We should just, like, figure out probably one of our Sunday streams. We should do it a little bit earlier. We can all just hang out. We can just chat.
You guys
can just tell us what's going on in your life so we can tell you what's going on in ours.
Try to give you advice.
Try to give you advice. Obviously we're not professionals in any way, sort, and how. We can't tell you what to do with your life. But, it's like we can tell you what we think you should do. Whether you follow that advice or not, it's up to you. Okay, now you mentioned something a little bit earlier. Maturity. It is so different in high school than it is in college.
100%.
Okay, I'm just gonna call it drama. Ooh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
we were just looking at our stats. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call it drama. 2 o'clock talks is our YouTube.
Yep.
Just search 2 o'clock talks. You should see our faces pop up.
If you want to see us on...
Here, I'll go to YouTube right now.
If you want to see us on anything else, we have a Twitter. It's 2 o'clock talks there. Feel free to tweet at us at any time or comment on our tweets. We check all of them and we will try to reply as soon as we see them. Yep. And on there, you can let us know what you want to see, or even just say hey.
We're on Twitter and Instagram. Just searching 2 o'clock talks. What are we on Twitter? I think we're
at 2 talks is our Twitter. Talks. But if you go to our YouTube, both our Twitch and our Twitter links are in there.
Yeah, and they'll pop open. See, and there's our Twitter.
Yep, one right there.
Yep. So, look at that. And then I think our Instagram is linked somewhere on our Twitter.
No, I just tweeted those pictures.
Okay. Well, I should link our Instagram to our YouTube at some point. I shouldn't talk about it on screen.
We'll discuss that later.
We'll figure it out later. Anyways, back to the maturity aspect. Drama in high school, so much larger. There's a lot more drama in high school. Like, people will pick petty little fights in high school. And it's like because you have to see them every day, I think. And I think that's where most of it develops. In college, it is so easy to avoid people.
So easy.
Even if you have a class with them, you don't necessarily have assigned seats. Like 90% of your courses that you have, 90% of the classes that you have won't have an assigned seat, so you can just avoid them super easily. You definitely should set up your stream. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by set up your stream.
Anyway, while you tell us what's going on there, I'm going to just keep going with it.
Keep going.
It's so easy to avoid people. It's like if someone is giving you grief, it's so easy just to not see them ever. Usually the college campus is large enough. So you can...
But at the same time, if you do see them, now, like, in the middle of a hall, you're just like, hey, shove off.
Yeah, basically. Or it's just like... Or you can just, like, not even talk to them. It's a huge campus. There's, like, 90 routes to get to one place.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, just, like, doing just literally the smallest amount of change in your schedule, I can guarantee you can never see a person again.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many people. And, like... Inherently, you usually don't find drama at college anyways.
Yeah, because people either A, talk their problems out, B, realize that it's stupid.
Yeah.
Or C, just
drop it immediately. It's like people get over things so much more quickly, I think, than high school. It's like, because like usually, like, I think it's probably an age thing. It's just like we all go through it. But like when you get to college, like college is about being in college. It's not about these like petty little things.
Mm-hmm.
High school is high school.
You have time to be petty in high school. You don't have time to be petty in college.
Yeah, you get time to be tired in college, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The panels. So they want to see the...
Okay. Okay, I'll open up Chrome.
You see, what we do is... Matthew here has the stream going and on his laptop. So if we have slideshows or pictures or something that we want to bring up, but I have our panels up on.
Oh, here, I'll show our panel. Oh, okay. I think I know what you mean now.
I think we totally got the wrong idea about that.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea what we're doing. Oh, I don't.
Oh, don't pull that up.
I don't want to start a loop.
Yeah,
we did that one episode. We got like started going into a loop, and it was a little funny, but then it kind of got like super chaotic.
All right.
Man, I don't.
Sorry,
we're struggling to kind of figure out what you're trying to say.
Scroll down.
Right, scroll down. Just okay. Scroll down on YouTube. Oh, on your stream. All right. Okay, I'll just do that. No, I'll do that, but then I'll just mute the stream. How about? You think that'll work?
It's empty in here. Twitch.
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
This ad supports Twitch. I want the ad revenue. Welcome to the chat room. All right, we're on Twitch. It's empty here. Oh, edit pan.
Oh, hey. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
I'd like at this point to point out, for those of you who don't know, we are very new to all of this.
Yeah, okay. Where's our episode? Oh, I see. Okay, see, our episode 1 was March 17th. We've only done it. This is our 6th episode. We're still very new to this. We will definitely... we did get it now. We absolutely did get it now. Okay, we will definitely...
Yeah. Come Sunday, our Sunday episode this week, we will go through this and we will get it figured out.
We will figure something
for
out.
you guys. But I think it's been an hour and 6 minutes here. We should probably...
Yeah, we usually try to stop it before it gets too long because it does go on YouTube because we have an audience that like watches on YouTube. Like I said, if you go on YouTube, I would recommend watching it at 1.5 speed. Just hit the little gear icon.
Or, if you like the way you hear it here, of course you don't have to.
Obviously, do what works for you. But usually when I watch the stuff on YouTube, like when it becomes like the podcast, I put it at like 1.25 or 1.5 because like the pauses that they have, just like there's natural pauses that you have in conversation. Mm-hmm. So, because it's hard to like, pick up right after another when you're just having actual conversation. So like the pauses shorten up, like right there. We just had a pause because I was trying to figure out what I was going to say. So just usually 1.25 is what works for me. Sometimes if it's a really slow stream, 1.5. And then if you just wanted to make it hilarious, 1.752. Because it goes really fast and it's kind of... It's really funny.
We sort of get Alvin and the Chipmunked.
You do get Alvin and the Chipmunked, for sure. But we'll call that good for a stream. It'll be on YouTube probably later tonight.
So within the next 20 minutes, it'll be up on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to find...
Also, this might be our last video where the stream is the same as the YouTube channel. I think we'll have the software this weekend to where our Sunday stream will be different.
Okay. A little bit of editing. I'm going to... Oh. All right, as we're ending our stream, like as we do this, it's always 2 o'clock somewhere. As we end this stream tonight, it is 2 p.m. in Guam.
In Guam.
Yeah, so happy 2 o'clock to any viewers in Guam.
Mm-hmm. Where's it 2 a.m.? Just out of curiosity.
Okay, 2 a.m. It's probably somewhere over the... Okay, we got 3 there, 4, so we got to keep going backwards. Brazil, we almost get 2 o'clock in King Edward Point, which is South Georgia, Sandwich Islands.
Oh,
that's where it's 2 a.m. And I think that's the only place where it is 2 a.m. because it just hits that line.
All right, guys. Well, like we were saying, be sure to check out our Twitter. We let you know when we're going live and give you updates there.
Yeah, our Twitter's going to be the main place to look. Instagram kind of just gives you updates about what we're going to be talking about in the future usually. Mm-hmm. But Twitter would be the main thing to follow.
And if you ever want to get in touch with us, you can, as you can see, this chat board here works very well.
Yeah.
We check our Twitter
multiple times a day. Often. So Instagram will get checked a lot.
Instagram.
So if you just want to comment on a post, that'll work.
And of course, commenting on our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
We will check all those very frequently, and you can comment with thoughts, opinions, ideas on future videos that you want to see.
We're always looking for ideas.
Not
like
just
literally tonight, we're just like, what do you want to talk about? Whoops, and then we'll just, talk about whatever.
Yeah, no, just let us know what you want to see. Of course, we'll keep trying to
come up with ideas.
Bring ideas from us.
Like we have a lot of things that we want to play around with. It's just is it enough to make a full episode?
Mm-hmm. So we'll keep trying our best. You guys let us know what you like, what you don't like, and we'll improve as you see fit.
Yeah. It's we'll definitely get better. It's we're new. We're kind of learning the tips and tricks. We got to get told a lot of tips and tricks. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do just fine. So anyway, 2:00 in Guam and the South Georgia Sandwich Islands. So as we close it, just remember it's always 2:00 somewhere.